Now, obviously, this weekend, the big news is Toulouse versus Leinster, the Champions Cup final. But one thing that may have slipped under the radar is that Steve Borthwick is announcing his first England training squad ahead of the summer tour series. Now, this obviously isn't going to include, or I fully expect it not to include, players from Northampton, Bath, Sale and Saracens who will be playing the next weekend in those semi-finals of the Premiership. So the remaining 6 sides are available, plus maybe anyone from an academy he wants to bring in. And I'm not sure exactly how many he's going to select, so I'm going to go for the standard 36. It may be less, it may be more, I don't know. So this is the squad that I would pick. Some very exciting guys in here, maybe some surprise selections as well. Let me know what you think of my squad and who you would pick instead. Loosehead prop. I think it's unanimous that Finn Baxter, his time is now. His scrummaging, I think, is good enough. His work round the pitch is fantastic in the loose. His energy, he's got that extra agility for a young prop. I think he's absolutely ready to make the step up. We fully expect Ellis Genge to be involved. If he is fit, or maybe even if he isn't fit, he might go along for non-training activities to kind of align with the camp and be that older head, because there's going to be some younger, inexperienced guys in here. He got an injury in that last round for Bristol in that crazy match against Harlequins. And if he can't train, maybe they bring in Phil Brantingham. I don't know if he's ready yet, but I think he's a guy that come in and step in at training. And then Joe Marler. Do you want to carry on taking the veteran into the summer? Well, they don't have to make that decision yet. His recent form has been okay. He still offers a lot. He is slowing down a fair bit. Do you want to go with 3 younger loosehead props? So Finn Baxter, Ellis Genge, Joe Marler, and maybe Phil Brantingham coming in for Genge if he can't train. On to tight head prop and Dan Cole. Do you take him for the summer tour? I'm not sure. But in this squad, I think you take him for a bit of experience to help the youngsters. Does he carry on playing for England? That's a good debate. Joe Hayes of Leicester has kind of been the understudy tight head prop for a while now. Can he make a breakthrough? I definitely think it's worth taking him in the summer. And who else will I take? Well, I won't take Kyle Sinclair because, of course, he's moving to Toulon, so there's no point. Will Collier's off to France, so there's no point selecting him either. And one guy who I have been talking about, who I'm not going to select this time, is Aaron Painter. He is massive for sure, but I'm not sure he's agile enough around the pitch. He hasn't quite got the engine or the explosive power for me. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, but I don't think he's the man to go forward with. But I think we need to look at another Exeter chief, Marcus Street, 25 years old, definitely worth a look. So Cole, Hayes and Street. On to hooker, and Jamie Blamire has been in and around England for a while now, so I think he continues. Is he going to break through? I'm not sure, I just don't know. Or is he going to be that nearly man? The other 2 I'm taking are 2 younger hookers, Gabriel O'Gray and Sam Riley. I think they've got great potential. I haven't selected Harry Thacker, who I have in the past. If it was going to happen for England, it would have happened by now, so I don't think there's any point going there, which is a bit harsh, I guess. Jack Walker has had some good time for England, but I haven't seen that top-level quality from him. Is his throwing good enough? Still a big question. So the 3 hookers I'm going for are Blamire, O'Gray and Sam Riley. Now, without the top 4 clubs, second rows are in short supply, but I think there's some really good guys you could take for the future. George Martin is for the present. He should be a massive guy this summer. Ollie Chesham would have been in there, but he's out for an operation. So the other 3 I would take are Finn Carnduff of Leicester, just starting to break through into the seniors. We've seen him as the England under-20s captain, and goodness me, he is a fantastic leader. Has he got the all-round agility? Has he got the speed? That's what I'm going to be watching for, but he's got everything else. So he goes as second row. I know he can play 6 as well, but we've got plenty of back rows. And I'd take a really young guy, only 18, Olamide Sadeki. He was phenomenal for England under-20s, playing at under-20s already. 6'9", 120 kilos, already at 18. This guy is special, and I fully expect him to play for England in the future. Let's get him a bit of training time right now, get him acclimatised to the situation. On to back rows, and we've got plenty of back rows to pick from. I'm not picking Will Evans. I'm just not sure I can see him playing for England. Let me know if you think that's a mistake. Fitz Harding of Bristol was another guy who's been phenomenal in the Premiership, but I'm not sure it would translate into the international game. Let me know if I've got those 2 wrong. So the 7 back rows I am taking are Jack Clement of Gloucester, still only 23. It feels like he's been playing in the Premiership for ages. Is he international quality? I'm not sure yet, but he definitely deserves a chance. What is not in doubt is that Chandler Cunningham-South is a special athlete. Can he have those soft touches, those little skills that take him up a level? That's what's going to make him or break him. He could be amazing, but time will tell. Alex Dombrandt has had a brilliant season for Harlequins for sure. Lots of question marks about him stepping up and really establishing himself as the number one England number 8 or in that 23. So a big summer for him. Guy Pepper of Newcastle, yes, it's tricky to stand out for Newcastle, but he's done it. He can tackle, he can graft. Has he got that next step up? I don't know yet, and I don't think he will know until he plays. Then on to Zach Mercer. I think you do take him. Will his toys go out of the pram if he doesn't get carried on into other training squads? I don't know, but on form you take him, or do you just cut your losses and say, he's not the guy we're going to go for, so we're not going to wind him up and pick him in squads he's not going to carry on in? Let me know what you think there. Ethan Roots, the big basher for Exeter, has been very solid for England so far, so I think he definitely carries on. And Greg Fizalou, I think, is going to be phenomenal for England in the future. Is it right now? Not sure, there's so much competition, but I think another pre-season on him, bulk up a little bit more, and he could be absolutely phenomenal. So explosive from number 8, brilliant skills, love this guy a lot. The 3 scrum halves I'd take are Will Porter, Harry Randall and Jack van Poortvliet. Porter's had a brilliant season for Harlequins. Randall, I think, could step into any England side and make it tick. It's just, do you want that sort of scrum half? Very small, very nippy. Jack van Poortvliet is looking really sharp. He's back to full fitness, which is great. I'm not sure Leicester shows him in his best light the way they play. Will he be given some free rein for England? I thought when he played for England before, he looked a little restricted, a little nervous. Maybe he'll come back a better version. So those 3 scrum halves. On to fly half and a very exciting lineup. Young Charlie Atkinson of Gloucester has got a big future. I'm not sure he's quite ready yet. Physically, is he ready? Can he do all the nuts and bolts? We know he can attack. Louis Johnson of Newcastle, who is moving to Saracens next year. Big long-term deal. They think he's got a big future. He could be an international. Very young. Get him some reps in the squad right now. And then Marcus Smith, obviously the established fly half in there. 5 centres. I think you take Oscar Beard as a centre/wing. He is the quickest of the lot. Luke Northmore is incredibly quick, a little more solid. He has been playing 12 for Harlequins as well, but I see him as a 13. Slade's obviously on fire at the moment. A 12 who I would take is James Williams of Bristol. A brilliant end to the season for him. 27 years old, powerful, but also can play fly half, which could be really useful in a matchday 23. Not selected, I've got Seb Atkinson there. Haven't quite seen him enough this season. Who I do select though is Zach Wimbush. Yes, we've only seen a little bit of him, but his ability, his physique is phenomenal. There's not many players like him out there. Has he got all the other parts of his game? I don't know. But get him in the training squad, see what he looks like in that environment. And then 5 back 3, Emmanuel Faye-Wabusu is a no-brainer. His work has been amazing in and around the ruck, I think is phenomenal. Beating players for fun. Is his defensive positioning going to be in question? Maybe, but I think he should learn on the job. Now, Josh Hodge, yes, I've taken him in this squad, even though Dan starts for Exeter at the moment. Hodge has got the higher ceiling, so I don't think he's for this year, but I think he's worth working with. Then a winger that's absolutely flying at the moment is Gabriel Ibitoy. In attack, he is phenomenal. Power, pace, untouchable breaks from Bristol. He absolutely loves playing for them. Is the rest of his game good enough? The kicking, the positioning? I'm not sure, but his form is so good he's in this squad. Caden Murley's been very good for Harlequins for a long time, in and around England, so he's in. And we need a second fullback for training, and I'm going to take young Ben Redshaw of Newcastle, 19-year-old, England under-20s. I think he's got a big future. Get him in there, not for now, but for the future. Some experience. That means the likes of Ollie Hassel-Collins misses out. Are his decisions good enough? Are his skills good enough? I don't know. He'd be very close there, in for maybe Murley or Ibitoy. Max Malins has got the skills, but I just don't see the pace and power, so I'm not taking him. And Chilcock is a good all-round utility back, but has he got that international killer pace? I'm not sure for a back 3, so he's not in either. Freddie Stewart, that's a tough one. He's been pretty good for Leicester. He hits hard lines. He's amazing in the air. But if that's not the sort of fullback England want, is there any point having him in the squad? If England want, a really high ball catching, rainy day fullback, maybe hitting hard lines, he goes in. But if it's counter-attack and agility, it's not for him. And Ollie Thorley, I'm just not sure, is quite at that level. So that is my 36. Let me know what you think. Which players are you excited to see? Who would you pick? Pop them below, and I'll catch you next time.